What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. That'd be fun to start off in rant cam. So, happy Turkey Day. Welcome back. Hopefully, everyone had an awesome extended weekend. Uh, Before we jump into the charts, so I break things down price action, right? I'm just looking for buyers and sellers. I really don't care about the excuse. It's second news anyway. If you think you're finding out the news and that's gonna lead to a trade, are you profitable? Just want to ask you that real quick. If you're not, and you find yourself chasing a lot, it's because you're probably not the first person to find out that news. I would trade on news if it was insider trading. Like if I didn't find out on social media or a news platform, then I'd probably consider it. There might be a catalyst. There might be a pop coming up. I play speculation on news more than I would ever actually play news. So the reason I bring all that up is because I told you guys Sunday. And now this should have been YouTube. I don't think this was my mentorship group. I do go live every night with my mentorship group before the stock market opens the next day. We kind of talked about the week. And one of the things I said was, I'm going to wait for all the games, the shenanigans to be done. There's going to be an excuse, whatever, and then we'll buy the dip Friday, which is exactly what I did. And Friday we got the news that there's a new variant out. And there's some stay-at-home plays that were up, which, well, hopefully you're not chasing those. Anyway, I did exactly what I told you guys I was going to do on Sunday, and I bought the dip on Friday. So we're going to check out the futures opening up right now, and we'll jump into the charts. We're going to talk about the expected move for the week. We're going to break down the dollar, the Russell, the NASDAQ, the S&P, the expected moves for the week. I guess we can talk about the expected move for my two favorite, Amazon and Tesla, which I did learn are the top two options traded stocks. Coincidence? Or do the market makers follow me? I don't know. You should. Hit the subscribe button. Turn it on. We're going to jump into the charts right now. Switch gears over to this camera. Let's do this. What's up, guys? Bitcoin will never be a hedge. Bitcoin has been a hedge for a while. It's been a hedge against the dollar. But yeah, charts will tell us. What's up, Landon? So let's kick it off. Let's get right into it. As far as the dollar goes, we're seeing the dollar pop. The interesting thing is the dollar's been trading with the markets. You don't actually see that too often. Just because the dollar's going up doesn't necessarily mean the market's going to go down. Vice versa. It does help. When there's a cheaper dollar, more people can buy more of our stuff. It tends to be better for our markets. I'm actually long the dollar. I want to make sure I'm long the dollar. I don't know if I tagged out. I'm in a British pound US dollar shorts. I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. I might have tagged out on that. Give me one second. While I'm bringing this up, I'm very aware that in my group there's some very beginners, some intermediate and advanced traders, people that have been in the market for a while. I don't want that to discourage anybody. I was getting some feedback over the weekend. That was one of the things was there's a wide range of people in here. And I'm going to try to tackle all that if I can. But I can't do it if you're quiet. I don't know if you're a beginner if you don't tell me. And I don't know how advanced you are. I might just assume you're stupid if you don't tell me. A lot of times I can tell by your wording. Not that I would ever call you guys stupid. I can pretty much tell where you're at. But I need you guys to talk and be vocal. I'm a beginner, and I'm proud. I call people, if you haven't been here for more than, 5 years, you're probably a beginner. There's a lot of things that you can get a pretty good idea. There's a lot of things the market can throw at you that you haven't seen. So I'm actually going to jump into a British pound. Hang on, I did tag out. So if I'm long the dollar, is this my best one? Do I want to go short this? Don't forget about the advanced stupid. Advancement still stupid. No, I worded that terribly. I would never call somebody stupid. No one's born with this information. It blows me away how egotistical the YouTube world is. Even the gurus, they're just too afraid to ever admit they learned from somebody. God forbid they weren't just born with all this information. What do you guys think? Should I short this or the British pound US dollar? Or should we go long US CAD? Oil might be taking that short hit. Probably our move's already been made. Let's check the daily odds. want to go long. I'd go long this. Tell me what you guys think. What was that? Hang on, so that was really loud. Alright, so US dollar. Sorry. We would go short this. What looks better? And then short this. If I'm taking a long position on the dollar, which one are you guys doing? All the daily. How's the euro doing? JPY, okay. 2 years, so I'm a beginner with luck. Thanks, Don. Don't take offense to that, by the way. Like I said, you can still be good, but you probably haven't seen. There's just a lot of tricks. You'd rather go short the British pound, US dollar? I think I might just stick with that one. Euro. I don't know. That one's got an alright trend. Euro's kind of behind us. Let's take the man, that kind of puts the let's check out the weekly. I'm going to stick with the British pound shorts. Yeah, so let's just stick to what I was doing. British pound USD short. That's first in dollar strength. I guess the question now is, where are we putting that stop at? I'm going to put it right above that. As long as it makes a lower high, we're good to go. So I'm going to hop in short right here. That is quite... That's 180. Just kidding. I'm going to load it up. I'm going to go a little bit higher. We're going to put our stop 60 pips away. So it's going to be actually more down here. If that breaks, we push up a little bit higher. I'll just re-enter short. Let's continue with the stream. So we are in that now. Just a couple lots. This is a certified live trade. I don't do call-outs at all. But if you agreed with it and you pay attention, maybe you coincidentally make the same amount. All right, the Russell. This is one about the dip on, one I'm currently in now. As far as I'm long all three of the futures, so hopefully we rock and roll. I need this to continue. There is a lot of time before market opens, so if you are short because of the new variant and you think the market's going to crash, well, there's a lot of time before market opens. You could still be right. The futures did have a nice green open. We did bounce. This is our open right now. Yeah, so candle 1. We're about to end up candle 2. So first 15 minutes open. Nice little bounce right out of that zone. So we'll see if that continues. Certainly breaking below this will be bad. if we do get below that, man, that put us right back. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you know we've had, I want to say it was right here. Should be right here. At the bottom of this horizontal, we got picky with it. Mainly the IWM is just very horizontal, and that smacked us right to the middle of it. So I'd say we're probably still bullish as long as we're on top of that. Getting below here, I'm probably going to go ahead and wait for the dip by here. If I hadn't made it clear, you can ask the Moon Gang in my group. Imagine not buying IWM at the bottom of that horizontal channel. Nice little breakout, coming right back into it. Right here at the mid spot, so hopefully that is where we head to all-time high. Santa Claus rally, all the cool stuff, all the cool excuses. But right now we do need to hold that. Oversold bounce, bull trap rally. Turnaround Tuesday, flush it right down the toilet. Yes, so to be clear, guys, I am what you call a trader. As in, I trade things. I am not going to be in this for years. So today's Sunday, futures just opened. Tomorrow's Monday. Now, my whole life, it's always been followed up by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday after that. As the market moves, so will I. I do not marry positions. I'm long right now. There's a green candle. Things are looking good. But yes, so there's. I like it when the market's green on Monday, turnaround Tuesday, typically the dip buy. What we'll be watching out for, though, before we get, and this is across the board, we just sold off. A pretty drastic sell-off. Until it gets above, let's just zone this out for you guys. We got to get above that zone. Here's our just breakdown, meltdown candle. That's our first start. Anything right here. So I just made a whole bunch of money if we go to here and turn around because I trail things. I put my stop loss in the green and I just inch it up as the market moves up. When it turns around, I will tag out. Now, as this gets further up, I'm in a couple contracts each. So nothing drastic. But as this pushes up, my stop loss will actually be 4 contracts, which will close the 2 that I am long, instantly go 2 short. And we'll see. Because eventually, in all 3 of these, between now and tomorrow or Tuesday, are going to make this pattern right there. Some will call it a bull flag. Some will call it a reversal and a lower high. There's going to be a game of tug of war. So when we see this pattern, I will probably... I try to get cute with it. Sometimes you can go, you can grab puts, you can go short while you're still long, let them tag out. You know, obviously going from long from down here, I have the cushion built up. So if it continues, I take a small L on the short positions, continue the rally, or you know, my long positions tag out, short positions start to gain. Easier said than done, because a lot of times they can just tag both and head the other direction. You got to be kind of on top if you're going to try to play that game. That gets very much into the let's gamble. It's called boxing, where they take long and short positions and let the winner tag out. A lot of times it sounds really cool on paper, but they both tag out and you just take 2 L's. Expecting a dead cat bounce overnight, then dump down lower. I don't think anything's off the table right now. Landon, I went long IWM and Qs now. I bought the dip on Friday on SPY, which is in the chat. You know this. You're in my chat. Am I still on Facebook? Yeah. It's not one I'm going to sell. Every variant has been bullish. Imagine thinking it wasn't. So, across the board, IWM, Russell, SPY, your individual ticker that you're holding, until it gets above this. Like here is our just meltdown mode from this red candle to this red candle. Until we break above or below and close that, right? We could come back down and go horizontal. We could just be choppy. We can make a lower high and a higher low. Could be set up for a bigger bear pennant. Could just be a little bit longer reversal. All of those are going to be on the table. The question is, how are you going to manage risk? What are you going to speculate? And if you're wrong, are you going to get out, or are you going to just make up another excuse? Some of you guys, when you're wrong, you just go Google the right excuse you want to hear to keep you in that position. And that's where a lot of you guys will get smoked. That's where traders like me, the ones that have more experience, won't. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Tag out and move on to the next trade. Some of you guys can't handle that. That's going to be a tough one to get in. It's fine when we're in markets that look like this. Now, even that was a little... IW was probably the worst one. Now, if we're in a bull market and you're buying tickers that go from the lower left to the upper right. These are the ones I like. I love these, by the way. It's, you know, we probably don't need to play the whole short game. Tag out, get back in, go along. Doesn't make sense. Right now, then we went sideways. Horizontal until not. Sideways is the direction. Right here, we're speculating. Is this going to be... Are we going to be back in this channel? Are we going to continue this move up? Is this a higher low? Is this the beginning of a meltdown? Because that's what everybody on the news told you. Right now, everyone's going to put their money where their mouth is, and the people that have more money are going to win. That's how the game works. It's how it always will work. So more buyers it goes up, more sellers it goes down. There will literally never be another case. So right now, I'm bullish, speculating on that. But turnaround Tuesday, if there is some red, just know that I probably did go short. I tagged out of longs. I'm a little bit pickier when it comes to shorting things. When I short things, it's usually the S&P. Now, I'll intraday trade some puts. I bought puts on Tesla and Amazon. Intraday, I don't usually swing stuff. If there's anything I'm going to swing, it's overall SPY. I don't really attack it. I don't feel any need to. Should we see a meltdown, an actual cash grab, we see everything selling off like we did last year, the dollar, crypto, the future, stocks. I'll be a little bit more into shorting positions. But we'll probably need to see, now if we see that, let's say this is green. I'm in futures contracts, so this will tag out tonight. I can manage this around the clock because they're open right now. My SPY is not. SPY I have options contracts in, so that'll have to take an L. But if we wake up and we get another leg down here, that might be well, I'd buy that dip. But I would be cautious. That might be just a little... What you don't want to do is buy every zone on the way down. I'm not going to draw any zones below this because if we break that, that's concerning. At that point, I'd be in bear mode for sure. How far out do you buy your intraday contracts? A couple weeks. 2-3 weeks. On average, I'm right at the 2 or 2.5 week mark. Alright, so tech. A lot of my portfolio is tech, so please go up. Does need to get above this yellow zone. Right here. Here's the meltdown candle up here. Here's our real leg down. We were supposed to go horizontal here. We didn't. We broke that. That's a lower low. So right now, tech out of all of them could probably... Tech is going to give you the most. Losses or gains. They stand to probably lose the most. You know, if bonds go crazy and everybody gets... There's a lot of spots that are up. There's a lot of reasons to still be in tech, so tech's going to be a hard one. That one will probably just move. Imagine we're buying stay-at-home plays, and then nobody's going out, and we're locking down. I don't think that'll actually happen. But that's where things like Amazon would go up. Tech, this is QQQ, the NASDAQ. The top three are Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon. Those three alone will dictate where this goes. Everything else is garbage. It's basically nothing. So, I'd be careful in tech. I don't know what advice I can give you on this one. Hopefully it continues up, but there is some concern for tech. As interest rates go up, the dollar goes up. There's a lot of reasons to be bullish. The dollar, which should, in theory, move some money out of tech. But there's a lot of growth left in there. Does that make sense? So, I wouldn't blanket statement tech. I would trade your individual tickers in respect to their own charts on this one. I don't know if this one's going to give you much attitude. What about small caps? Everything we just talked about was small caps. This is the Russell. As far as the S&P goes, I still bought the dip. Would have gone a little bit harder had we gone to my alert. This was just oversold, and like I told you guys on Sunday. Friday, there will be an excuse, and I'm going to buy the dip. So I did just that. Called it a week in advance. I talk about things coming up because that's how I'm going to play them when they play out. The market moves in similar cycles all the time. You don't have to be psychic or have a crystal ball. The psychology behind it really keeps things pretty level. These markets are incredibly efficient. But right now, that is still a dead cat bounce. Here's your leg down from this top zone. Oh, here's all-time highs. Here's your top zone we just never got above. Broke down. Blasted right through that. Here we are. Let's see. Check out the Teachable for LPP. Ricky made a 2.0 for all members. Explains what stocks are. Doesn't show any strategies, just basics. So what should I do with that? Go in there and check it out, or what? Yeah, but I'm going to do the expected moves. Wouldn't fear rotation move more buyers into tech on some stuff, yeah. But there's a lot of institutions that don't want anything to do with tech. For instance, there is a guy that came and talked to our group. You've seen him on Bloomberg. I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name. He has to go through a lot with his HR department just to come talk to our group. But in charge of $14 billion. The only reason they are in tech is because they have clients that say they need to be in tech. Otherwise, they wouldn't touch it at all. So there's going to be a lot of different opinions on that one. Ricky learned to short from his own members. Well, how do you learn to short? Let's talk about that real quick, guys. More red candles, it's going down. More green candles, it's going up. You guys want to know how to short? You click sell to open. Some of you guys are on Robinhood, so you don't know what that means. But shorting, there's a lot of behind the scenes. How I describe it, I borrow a watch from you. I wear it to a party. I sell it at that watch. I sell that watch at the party for $100. I go on Amazon, and I buy it $50, and I return it back to you, and keep the profits in between. That's what's going on behind the scenes. You're borrowing shares. You're hoping to sell low to open, buy it back to close it at a lower price, and keep the difference. A lot of people really overcomplicate things. Yes, there's a little small fee. It's negligible. It's like worrying about your 60 cents you're going to pay on a $15,000 options contract on Amazon. It's nothing. Take your monitor, flip that thing sideways. Is it going left or right? Because you're going to click the red button to open that position or the green button to open that position. That's how it is to short. Now, everything I trade has a lot of, well, it's liquid. I don't have to worry about liquidity issues. Nothing I trade is really hard to borrow. There is hard to borrow scenarios where there just isn't that many shares to short. GameStop got in that situation. That's what drove that up. There were what, don't quote me on this, like almost 200%. Like, imagine there's only 100 shares to short. GameStop was 200 shares short. Shares that didn't even exist. That's how they got into a pickle. That's the only time it's probably ever happened, I think. So, if you're in liquid stuff, click the sell to open. If you're in Webull and you don't own anything, click sell. That's opening a short position. It was 150% float. Okay, I knew it was something ridiculous, which I do agree for all you GameStop people in here. That's, I don't know how that's not criminal. But anyway, ways to short. I guess I can make my own video on that if you guys want. If you guys think the stock market's crashing. Last year, I was just grabbing S&P puts all day, every day. It was just easy. There was more red candles than green, so I grabbed puts. SPY is the most liquid. There won't be a liquidity situation when we start shorting. Now, there's a lot of other tickers just won't have the liquidity for buying puts because everybody knows it's going down. Someone has to sell you that contract. But I guess I can make my own video. Let's move on. Let's talk about the expected moves. But the ways you can go short, sell the stock to open it. It's a short position, just like you would buying it, and or buying puts, or going to the futures contracts like what we're breaking down, and click sell to open. You know, and then I like the futures contracts because like I'm trading right now. I'm in positions right now, as long as they don't tag out. Because it trades around the clock. And I can still be short the overall markets, play on all kinds of the fears. Are you bullish or bearish the indices this week? Right now I'm bullish, but I just went over everything as to why we should, if we're green tomorrow, turnaround Tuesday is going to be a sketchy day because we're going to sell off and it's going to possibly create the scenario of lower high or bull flag or reversal. Let's see. Sell naked calls. Don't do that. That's the one thing you guys shouldn't do. And if you're asking why, then that is The 1000% chance you should not be selling naked calls. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys want to make a video on just all the ways you can go short a position? But let's get into it. Because we are pricing in quite the move this week. Hang on. Oh, TOS. Is that really loud for you guys? Anything naked sounds dangerous. Depends on where you're at. I love to party naked. Has to do with options. But I would keep that mindset. The expected moves on SPY are wild. Aren't we pricing in a $15 move? Let's start with IW. Shut up. Why is that so loud? Sorry about that. Alright, so expected move $11.45 in, oh gosh, get out of here. Whew. Here's the expected move last week. Did we not do Friday? Should have brought that over to Friday. Sorry. So, doing just fine. Things get violent when we get outside of here. Also, on Sunday, we talked about it could take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 1 day to get to that 2 spot. If you are brand new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm just telling you right now. Hit the subscribe button, turn the bell on, pay attention, and go watch Sunday's video where we drew this line and listen exactly what I just told you guys in that video, because this will make sense to you. Let's go from the close. So 11:45. They're pricing in some fear this week. So that should just, so this is an average week. $5-6. Twice that. I'm buying butt naked puts. Trying to get me demonetized? I could say that on YouTube, can't I? Man, premium's going to be jacked. This is the 1 week I'm probably going to do. I might do iron condors across the board too, just to collect some of that premium. They're pricing in a bigger move, and I'm going to take advantage of that somehow. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it. Maybe I might do an iron condor where, if you guys don't know this, I do have an options course. It's a teachable link down below. But whether you ever plan on trading options or not, it's good to know this information because options drive order flow. Again, this is the part where if you're a beginner and this does not make sense to you, stick around so I can explain it. I do have a playlist called How to Trade. There is a video in there called Total Technical Analysis. Watch that one because I do explain this. Watch perfect entry types and 1% stop loss the correct way. That's your homework assignment. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's in my playlist called How to Trade. It should get you up to speed on at least these streams and at least figure out, well, you won't know what these moves are doing, but you know how we figured them out. Iron Condor has too many contracts to keep track of, and Iron Condor has 2 spreads. You're learning it backwards. That's why in my course I teach you guys what the Greeks are. I teach you what the options contracts physically are. And then I teach you guys about spreads. Because every strategy is just different variation of spreads. So where if this pops up, I might sell the call spread and then turn around Tuesday, sell the put spread. That's an iron condor. An iron condor is just doing that all by itself. I'll just leg into it one spread at a time and get the juiciest part I can. The total technical analysis is golden. I'm glad you think that. All right, Qs. So, again, we talked about this last week. 1 standard deviation, 2. What's up, Brandy? Welcome. The poor dude. 17K subs. I remember when it was 500, like 10 million years ago. All right, what's Q's doing? $12.40. Man, they're not jacking around this week. This is usually $7 bucks. 6. Yeah, it's a little bit higher than IWM. IWM is usually the lowest out of all of them, but let's go here. So this is 1 standard deviation. That's the move we priced in last week. We did go 2. This is 1, which means if we go 2, there's another 1240 on top of that. That's where things are going to get violent. We get outside this, we're going to either A, rein it back in. We're going to hold it. Here we reined it back in, but then we gap below one more time. Time for the market makers to do their job, start hedging, and you get that flash right back down. So that's what you want to be careful of. That's why they're not supporting resistance levels. But just know what's going on at those levels. It's important. That's where volatility really woke up. That gap down should have told you everything you needed to know. That it was going to be crazy. As far as SPY goes, 1555. Man. So we're hitting all-time highs, or let's just drag that over. We'll call it good. All-time highs or a brand new low. What do you guys think in the comments right now? All-time highs, or are we hitting this to the downside? Where the bear's at and where the bull's. That'll tell me everything in your comment. Either full recovery on SPY or some more bloodbath. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Visually, that makes me think it's going to go down. You know, kind of pricing something like, you know, another similar movement like that. I hope I was right, because I bought the dip. You smell blood? Moon gang? Down, all-time highs. I bought, what's up, P-Dog? I bought calls on Tesla and Amazon Friday. See how it goes tomorrow. Well, I'll be in the same boat with you. Rock some IWM puts all day. Which way we going, Don? Think this is an overreaction? Overreaction to what? There's been a lot of coincidences of mine. I told you guys, the funny thing is, I told you guys on Sunday there'd be an excuse on Friday, and then we'll buy the dip. And then the coincidence that came out was a new variant. That might be just, well, it's hard to say if that's an excuse or not. I think they're using it as an excuse. But that'd be pretty tinfoil hat theory to say they created a variant just to short the market. Billions of dollars at play, though, so the one thing I do trust when billions of dollars are at play is people's greed. Short sale for life. Media will run with the news. Media always does, and broke people follow that. It doesn't take long to figure out you're being played by the news. Once you figure that out, you usually start bickering on Facebook, or you just take the information and use it, make profit off it like they are. Let's talk about, what did oil do? I'm really glad Biden investigated why gas prices are so high. Man. Oil back above that is bullish. Do I need to take an oil position? Amazon better stay above 3,500. That's where I needed to. That's why, if you guys have been paying attention to me, I've been buying a lot of spreads lately to avoid crap like this. You know, all I needed Amazon to do is be above 3,505, and 3,700 would be nice. But does that, then I'm good on my place. They gonna let people make too much money? The way we trade, the way I trade, is very different from everybody else. They'll let everybody else lose money. We'll be just fine. We'll slide in right under the radar. So P-Dog, he's my neurologist. I go into him. He tells me I got motherboard issues. But he says it's an overreaction with low volume on Friday since market makers were on vacation. Think market will fix the downs from Friday tomorrow? Or so I hope. Me too. Because the sign at the gas station keeps changing to the upside. What are we doing with oil? That looks like a dip buy for oil. Here's what you guys shouldn't be afraid of. Let's talk about your psychology for a little bit and why you're probably losing money. Hit the thumbs up button for me if you're not profitable. Hit the thumbs up if you're profitable. Hit the thumbs up also if you're just kind of breaking even, trying to fine-tune things. If you're bearish and losing money, you can hit the thumbs down. Your stocks go from the lower left to the upper right. I know I'm mirrored on here, so it's actually... I'm not going to figure that out. Some of you guys just don't like buying that stuff. Oh, that's too high. And then it just continues to go up and you're just blown away. But then you buy crap like PIN, Alibaba, things that go from the upper left to the lower right, thinking, oh, look at all the margin it created. How many YouTubers have you heard say that? Oh, what if this recovers? You're starting your sentence off with, what if this turns around? What if this goes up? Like, why not? What if this continues to go up? What if I just continue to make more money? You're going to end up buying things that look like this. Now, there is the very real chance that that is the reversal, and it comes right on back down. And it looks like, who's out there doing this? Who looks like crap right now? Zoom. Okay. Zoom was an awesome stock. Went from the lower left to the upper right. There was a lot of, arguably a lot of hype. You could have bought that dip and been you would have bought the absolute peak. You would have tagged out, and you wouldn't have rode out that all the way down. You would have been fine. Could have bought that, tagged out, took the small L, you would have been fine. Not bag holding all the way down. Some of you guys would rather just buy crap that looks like this and just really be confused as to why you're down, because it continued to do what it's been doing. So on that note, try not to be worried that you're buying the absolute all-time high, because you're telling me you're buying something that's never performed that well. It's not a bad habit to get into. Let's see. One of the members of MG Capital was saying to dip buy on oil Friday. Easy. Buy Gush. Oh, that's the one I haven't. I would have. Yeah, Gush would be probably the play. Biden released 50 billion barrels. We go through 19 billion a day. Yeah, I'll be right back up. Oil is the easiest manipulated stock or commodity out there. It is just ridiculous how much that is. If oil needs to go up, there's a tanker that'll get bombed. No one dies on these things, but something will blow up or a rig will catch fire or something. But it's amazing. Let's get into Tesla. But yeah, so Landon says XLE calls. Energy did take the beat down. I'm not really in energy, but looks all right. I know a lot of people are looking at XLE and XLF. Financials are something I'm in. Again, what if that's the absolute top and it's reversing? The bears are right. We're coming in hot. We're coming all the way down here. So what? You bought something that was going up and it turned around, so you got out. Baba long term will be at $300. Will take time. And when those green candles show up, here's your two options. You can buy Alibaba and hold it, because this guy's right. You read it on a YouTube comment. Not to call you out. I know you're not hating or anything. You're $300. Cool. Baba's going to go up to here. It'll just take time. Now, who knows when? Hopefully it doesn't get delisted. But could be 2023. Let's just say we just flat turn it around right here, and we continue this trend, but up. How long did that take? From October. So we're about a year. Let's just say we turn this ship around. Oh, no. Eh, not bad. That actually wouldn't be a bad trade. It's fairly aggressive. That's best case scenario, though. That's we turn on a dime right now. And if you held from 300, from maybe you bought this right here, your average is 267. Look at the time you spent riding it down, riding it back up, and then how many trades do you think someone like me or anybody else made between here and here, where the person holding it all the way down and all the way back up? Who do you think actually made more money? That's a lot of opportunity. You took on the risk and hoped it did turn around. But in 2 years, I bought things that were going up like Target, Costco, Crocs, Tesla, Amazon on a good day. Definitely not on earnings. Think how much more you would make just buying things that go up instead of hoping something turns around. There's a mentality shift that a lot of you guys probably just need to have. When it turns around, I'll get back on the bandwagon. Yeah, not to mention, let's say we're trading the exact same ticker. You're holding it all the way down. I'm like, nah, I'll wait and buy it later. More red candles show up. Eventually the green candles show up. And then I get to ride it all the way back up. By the time you're at break even, I bought closer to the bottom. I bought the higher low. I didn't even get the bottom penny because it didn't matter. The trade was going to go from 0 to 100. I rode that thing from 15 to 95. Well, you got to ride it all the way down, back up to break even. Hopefully a couple more days for a couple more pennies. Now let's get on to Tesla. All right, so I drew all the fancy blue lines. So, Randy, you just joined as a member. There's a chart link in the community tab. I'll post another one for you guys. Those blue lines are the expected moves. With Tesla, I've just been drawing the horizontal lines. I guess that's me being lazy. We'll draw them out now. Tesla's expecting a $101 move. So just to the top of that zone, or that bottom wick. Huh. Let's do one more. In case Santa Claus comes riding in on a Tesla, but I know some of you, I'm going to leave that. Let's draw this out. Make everybody happy. This is 2 standard deviations on this. So, more than likely we'll stay inside that one. Bitcoin on its way to retest 60. Let's check. Selling all my crypto when Bitcoin hits 59.5. It'll tank tomorrow again. The moneymaker. Just gonna knock it all out, huh? Landon's telling me to delete that zone. What is that? Is that the S&P? Let's check out Amazon. Amazon's the one that needs to go. I got greedy so I bought spreads back here. Spreads were up a lot. Typically, I sell my I take profit at 50% on those spreads. It was way up here, so I deleted that, and I put I think a 450 sell order, 475 on some of those spreads, and they didn't fill. And right now they're right back down to where they're at. So imagine I just took my profit at 50% and bought back in for the same price. But no, I had to be like all the cool kids and go for 100% play instead of 50%. Tesla will go down to 900. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it. 140 on Amazon. This is starting to look cluttered. I don't like things looking cluttered on my charts. That's why I deleted all the zones anyway. This was just for teaching session. This is not anything of mine. It's just what something needs to happen for another person to play. $140. I feel like one of those green dots might have been mine. My mentorship knows. But if you're a YouTube member and you're just curious what those were on the charts, that was just explaining to somebody. I hate when they line up with zones. Put your stops in the green. Leo. What do you think of mRNA? I'm still holding from 226. My stop would definitely be in the green. For sure. I'd put it right below that wick. 311.85 is where my... I'd try to give it some wiggle room. 311.85 is where I would. You definitely have to buy it. That's where I'd put it. I'd give it some wiggle room. Tesla's holding up so well, even with the market down, and Elon's selling a bunch of shares. That's what has me thinking. I would not mind Tesla going to 900 because I do want to buy some more. As far as Moderna goes, though, plenty of sellers hanging out right here. Tried a few times to get it above here. Haven't. Ran into it. Still found some sellers. So you want to see it test that again. Now, if tomorrow we gap up to here and we're pushing up a little bit, then I'd put my stop probably 339.85. But no way I'd let that green trade go red. Do you think Apple is overvalued? What's your time horizon? I don't. Turns out I missed an alert. I would have bought more Apple on Friday if I got that alert. I had every intention of buying Apple at those alerts. Expected move for Amazon is 4%, but 9.3% on Tesla. That shouldn't really be a surprise, though. One is Tesla with Elon. The other one's Jeff Bezos in a puffy vest. They're going to keep hyping new variants indefinitely? Yeah. If you want to get better at this, turn the TV off. That's the bottom for Apple. I hope so. Let's do one solid. Hit that thumbs up button for me. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If this seems a little gibberish, someone said my videos are a little too fast for them. Watch that playlist I have called How to Trade. When I get feedback like that, I just wish it wasn't directly from that person. It's a person's friend. And when I get feedback like that, I just wish you people would reach out to me. So how can I fill in those gaps? I'm being very serious when I say it. If there's something that doesn't make sense, ask me. The reason I'm going live is to talk to you guys. That is so I can make a recorded video and script it and edit it like all the cool kids. It would take a lot more of my time, and I'd be in my little hole talking to myself the whole time. It doesn't sound fun. So I watch you on my TV. Facebook expected move for this week. Anyway, I want you guys to start reaching out. 1548. Please go to the moon. If you want to get better at this, know what you're trading, when you're trading, hours, days, weeks, years. Yeah? What did I just say? 1548. There's a reason I trade the same stuff over and over again. It has a lot to do with it. Oh, what was I doing? What I really hate doing is a whole bunch of expected moves and they all line up with a lower zone. Which is, the expected move is all the options data. Where everybody is pricing in risk, they put it all together, and market makers have their algorithms for the expected move for the week. That's what it gets it all off of. So my zones are based on buyers and sellers playing that game of tug of war. Buyers that can actually move the markets, not the average 33-year-old with a $200 Robinhood account. That's a real statistic. I'm not making fun of people with Robinhood. But I think when I make that joke, people think I am. And, but no, there's a reason why a lot of times they do match up with zones, but it just looks awkward when the expected moves line up with that. Palantir moves too slow, Yoda. Is there a Yoda in here? How do you guys feel about Palantir going to 27? I'm going to need a time frame on that one. Within the next decade? Yes. Next 10 weeks? Who knows? I retired Palantir. I quit trading Palantir. So now all I do is own Palantir. I'm just going to start scooping up shares. I very much agree that this company is worth more. But for now, look at the chart sideways. As a trader, this is what you don't want. It's got a couple of solid days, some good runs, some okay runs in there. There's a lot of chop and nothing in this. So that's why I just want to... I'd rather buy things that are moving a little bit more. I need movement to make money, and this just isn't giving that off. So it's not that I don't like Palantir. This is in my investment account now. I just need it to eventually go up. But to go to 27, it'd have to turn on a dime right now, get above 24 bucks, hit that speed bump at 26. Hopefully we hit that 28 mark, though. Do you tax harvest in your investment account? No. SPC is more oversold to get into a swing. SPC. Oh, everybody's favorite pump and dump. Is it time? Is it time to grab some SPC? What excuse are they going to come out with this time? They're going to fly back up really high in the sky? We're there. Alright guys, we're going to take off again. We're going to land on the wheels. We're going to go really high. Everyone buy! If I was buying this, I'd put my stop at 13.45 and I would just wait. Fubo very extended. Bitcoin on its way to retest. We'll check out Bitcoin right now. Sorry. What did I just say though? Fubo. Haven't been in that one in a while. Why was this so far out here? You guys see what that is? That's an entry, a stop loss, and a take profit. Stop loss because it broke those candles. Last time the buyer showed up, it was there. They didn't show up. That's why you stop out. That's a loss. Yeah, look how small that loss is. Imagine still being in it, thinking, I hope it turns around. Rolling the dice, not knowing what risk management actually was. Try it sometime. Stop out of a position, then watch that next red candle come. It'll be the same feeling as you still being in something green. You think that's extended because it just sold off, barely held up here, and then melted down? If I was even going to entertain the idea, I would blue zone it up right here. Yeah, speedboat zone. So I expect that's where, like, if I was going to short this from here to here, this is where I'd expect some green candles to show up. So I'd be cautious on that one. When it turns around, I'll get back in. Yeah, futures did already open. Here it is. Green. Let's get into the smaller time frame. Since we've been streaming, I had that nice little pop up, a little bit sideways, and we're pushing up. Here's the NASDAQ. Jake, where you at? You're here? Bring this teacher an apple. He's part of the Moon Gang in the group. And so we're talking on the mentorship. I said that I'm buying Amazon. I'm buying the S&P. He said I'm not going to... I expect him to ride that one with me. But he didn't. And I hope right now tech does stay up overnight so I can say that's why I'm the teacher in the morning. Right now, all of them are up. But if you're not in the futures contracts right now, whether you're long or short, there's no reasons to cry yourself to sleep at night or pop any bottles. There's a lot of time before the market opens up. Who here in the Moon Gang bought Amazon with me? I don't trust the market. Seems to pump the first hour, then dump. How much money can be made in that first hour? Can you ever stop in the green? Don ignored MG Capital's email. It didn't get sent to me. Can you explain the futures despite the fact I don't see tech moving in your portfolio? What contract are you in? Did it expire? No positions equal a position. Yeah, here's your, if you have no position, you're sitting on cash, there's what your position looks like. Futures are fake and never matter until they're this green, then they do. I've been selling most of my positions by 10:30 green, setting stop losses, which I learned from you. Nice. Call it a day. Check back later for the dip. I like that. Several tech stocks. Other than Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft? When do I buy more Tesla? When are you looking to sell it? When are you looking to exit if you're wrong? Where's your risk at? You can buy anything whenever you want. The fact of it being a good trade or a good entry is going to be determined by a few other factors. Look at that. 180 of you guys here. 91 likes. We're just over the 50% ratio. Could you guys do me one more solid and bump that up to just a little bit more? The thumbs up. I forgot I was supposed to go over Bitcoin. Sorry. The crypto people. That's actually a... Was that not a zone? Oh, we're on a smaller time frame. So there should be another yellow line somewhere. As far as Bitcoin goes, this is a weekly, sorry. That's why that zone probably looks big. Let's make that purple. NASDAQ going up represents multiple stocks going up, yet I don't see any of the stocks going up. Where's the correlation? Which ones, P-Dog? Because NASDAQ... Well, first of all, the futures are going up right now. The stock market's not open. So futures contracts are going up. Now that will drive order flow into tech, which is hopefully going to be the big flyers, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft. As far as Bitcoin, I would want to see it hold this zone this week, and could be a nice little dip buy. But remember what I told you guys as far as so bull flag or reversal. I can put boxes wherever you want. And I could sell you any position either. If I was a bear, I'd put that zone right up here and say rejection. Bull flag or reversal, they will look the same. I think that breaks. We're working our way down. Getting below that 42 level, we're in trouble. With the futures up, will we be able to still buy tomorrow? As long as the stock market opens up, you can click the buy button. Gapping up shouldn't paralyze anybody with fear. Your next question is it a gap and go or a gap and crap? How are you going to manage risk if you're wrong? All the what if scenarios need to be answered before you ever click the buy button in the first place. Can we talk about Zoom? The fact that I have to click in stream 9,000 times to end it at night? Yeah, that's why the chart's going down. It is mentorship time. You guys are killing it with the like button. Who here has never been in the mentorship group? Never seen one, never been part of the Zoom. 1% stop loss correct way was the most game-changing lesson I've learned from Don. A lot of people have said that to me. And what's funny is I thought that was common sense. The reason I say that is because what I think is common sense might not be, and I need you guys to speak up. That way I can tell you more. Or I will never say it. That's the downside to this channel. A lot of you guys are saying me. So if I post that in my free chat, are you guys going to join tonight? We're going to go to Zoom right after this. If you were to buy crypto, which one would you invest in? I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum every week, whether it's green or red. I do have a TikTok that explains it in under 60 seconds. It's all Don Francho across the board, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But I put money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a savings account. And when it dips, then I put the savings account in there and I grab some more. Do I have a daily chat room? Yes. Yeah, so it is a chat that I'm in. Some other people are as well. The Moon Gang. But also I go live every night. As far as Zoom goes, this was a stay-at-home play. A lot of hype came in and a lot of hype leaving. I think all these green candles now are just held up by some tryhards. I think Zoom will still be around. You know, I'm still using. I think a lot of people open their eyes and a lot of more people are using Zoom. Right now, it looks like that doesn't matter. And I get it. Kathy bought it. And that it's going down. It doesn't matter who bought it. Warren Buffett bought it. Kathy bought it. You bought it. I bought it. Doesn't matter. Red candles. The price went from high to lower. But I would say breaking that $200 mark, I got to question why are some of you guys still in this. That's a psychological level. That's a dip buy for most. Wouldn't have wanted breaking that zone at all. So my thoughts on that are I would not. What was that, a good earnings or bad earnings? Oh, yeah, earnings. I shorted this on the way down, which was an amazing play. Unfortunately, it did not hold up against my, because I was short shares on the pop. I shorted this at 260 on earnings. So it actually did pop up right here. It gapped down the next day. It was a great trade. Closed it. Did not count for my Amazon position. Right now, all that is a dead cat bounce. Something the futures very, very well could do. It's not off the table. So before we get out of here, before we get into the Mentorship group, for those of you guys that are watching live, I'm going to post the Zoom link in my, well, both chats, the Mentorship group and the free Discord chat. Futures look like this right now. It could very well come right on down. All of these. Dead cat bounce. Dead cat bounce. Dead cat bounce. That's why bulls or bears should not be celebrating right now. We still got a lot of time, unless you're trading the actual futures contracts right now. Get your popcorn ready for some genius questions. I don't want to scare anybody off. There's not a question too stupid for me. The beginner questions are the easiest because they don't take a single brain cell to answer. And I could fly through those and look like a hero. So, as it stands right now, futures, before we get out of here, they're green, they're up. The question is, will this hold overnight? If it does, do we sell in the morning or is it a gap and go? Personally, I'm going to be on the green side until things tag out. I don't think I'm going to short. If I were to short, I would need a reason. So if we get choppy in the morning, I'll probably tag out. If it starts to bleed out and head south and the trend is down, then I'll probably go short. The Mentorship group does have their own call-out list, though, so that's what I do break down. Thought Zoom made it into the investment account. Not my investment account. You're probably thinking of Zillow. You'd be surprised how many stupid questions I have for you. That's fine, because I got a lot of stupid questions about my brain for you. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. 125 likes. You guys are killing it. If you're watching this live, I'm going to see you guys here in like probably literally 2 minutes. If you're watching this as a recording, I'm serious. I need to know all the basic questions. I need to know all of them so I can help you guys at least get to my level, or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to sound conceited, but not your level. We got to fill that gap. So, everyone, you will see me again live on Wednesday if you're not going to see me live right now. See you guys later.